Think and Grow Rich. Chapter 1. The Secret of Success. In every chapter of this book, mention is made of the money-making secret that has made fortunes for exceedingly wealthy men, whom I have carefully analyzed over a long period of years. The secret was first brought to my attention by Andrew Carnegie, the canny, lovable old Scotsman carelessly tossed it into my mind when I was but a boy. Then he sat back in his chair with a merry twinkle in his eyes and watched carefully to see if I had brains enough to understand the full significance of what he had said to me. When he saw that I had grasped the idea, he asked if I would be willing to spend 20 years or more preparing myself to take it to the world. To men and women who, without the secret, might go through life as failures, I said I would. And with Mr. Carnegie Corporation, I have kept my promise. This book, Think and Grow Rich, contains the Carnegie secret. A secret that has been tested by thousands and now millions of people in almost every walk of life. It was Mr. Carnegie's idea that the magic formula, which gave him a stupendous fortune, ought to be placed within reach of people who do not have the time to investigate how others had made their money. It was his hope that I might test and demonstrate the soundness of the formula through the experience of men and women in every calling. He believed the formula should be taught in all public schools and colleges. He said that if it were properly taught, it would revolutionize the entire educational system, and the time spent in school could be reduced to less than half. In Chapter 4 on Faith, you will read the astounding story of the organization of giant United States Steel Corporation. It was conceived and carried out by one of the young men through whom Mr. Carnegie provided that his formula will work for all who are ready for it. This single application of secret by Mr. Charles M. Schwab made him a huge fortune in both money and opportunity. Roughly speaking, this particular application of formula was worth 600 million US dollars. These facts give you a fair idea of what reading this book may bring to you, provided you know what it is that you want. The secret was passed on to thousands of men and women who have used it for their personal benefit. Some have made fortunes with it, others have used it successfully in creating harmony in their homes. A clergyman used it so effectively that it brought him an income of upwards of $75,000 a year, approximately 1.5 million in contemporary terms. Arthur Nash, a Cincinnati tailor, used his near bankrupt business as a guinea pig on which he tested the formula. The business came to life and made a fortune for its owners. The experiment was so unique that newspapers and magazines gave it millions of dollars worth of publicity. The secret was passed to Stuart Austin Weaver of Dallas, Texas. He was ready for it. So ready that he gave up his profession and studied law. Did he succeed? You will read in Chapter 6. Specialized knowledge. While I was advertising manager for the La Salle Extension University, I had the privilege of seeing J.G. Chaplin, president of the university, use the formula so effectively that he made La Salle one of the greatest extension schools of the country. The secret is mentioned no fewer than 100 times throughout this book. It has not been directly named, for it seems to work more successfully when it is merely left in sight. I want to repeat this line. It is mentioned no fewer than 100 times throughout this book. It has not been directly named, for it seems to work more successfully when it is merely left in sight, where those who are ready and searching for it may pick it up. That is why Andrew Carnegie passed it to me without giving me its specific name. If you are ready to put it to use, you will recognize this secret at least once in every chapter, but you will not find an explanation of how you will know if you are ready. That would deprive you of much of the benefit you will receive when you make the discovery in your own way. If you have ever been discouraged, if you have had difficulties that took the very soul out of you, if you have tried and failed, if you were ever handicapped by illness or physical afflictions, the story of my own son's discovery and use of the Carnegie's formula may prove to be the oasis in the desert of lost hope for which you have been searching. This secret was extensively used by President Woodrow Wilson during the World War and by President Roosevelt during the Second World War. It was passed on to every soldier in the training received before going to the front. President Wilson told me it was a powerful factor in raising the funds needed for the war. A peculiar thing about this secret is that those who acquire and use it find themselves literally swept onto success. However, as is often pointed out in this book, there is no such thing as something for nothing. The secret cannot be had without paying a price, although the price is far less than its value. The secret cannot be had without paying a price, although the price is far less than its value. Another peculiarity is that the secret cannot be given away and it cannot be purchased for money. Unless you are intentionally searching for the secret, you cannot have it at any price. This is because the secret comes in two parts, and in order for you to get it, one of those parts must already be in your possession. The secret will work for anyone who is ready for it. Education has nothing to do with it. Long before I was born, the secret had found its way into the possession of Thomas Alva Edison, and he used it so intelligently that he becomes the world's leading inventor, although he had only 3 months of schooling. The secret was passed to Edwin C. Barnes, a business associate of Mr. Edison's. He used it so effectively that he accumulated a great fortune and retired from active business while still a young man. You will find his story in the beginning of the next chapter. It should convince you that riches are not beyond your reach, and that no matter where you are in life, you can still be what you wish to be. Money, fame, recognition, and happiness can be had by you if you are ready and determined to have these blessings. How do I know these things? You should have the answer before you finish this book. You may find it in the very first chapter or on the last page. While I was doing the research that I had undertaken at Andrew Carnegie's request, I analyzed hundreds of well-known men. Many of them attributed the accumulation of their vast fortunes to the Carnegie secret. Among these men were Henry Ford, founder of Ford Automobile Company. He started with no money and little education, yet became one of the most successful self-made businessmen in American history. William Wrigley Jr., a traveling salesman who found that his customers liked the chewing gum he gave away as a premium better than they liked the goods he sold, so he started his own company. John Wanamaker, Known as the Merchant Prince, he created world's first departmental store, and he was hailed for his innovation in marketing, customer service and employee benefit. James J. Hill, known as the Empire Builder. George S. Parker, a school teacher who grew tired of fixing his students' pens, he created a new design, founded a Parker Pen Company, and turned into a simple idea into fortune. I hope you heard about the Parker Pen Company. E.M. Statler, Cyrus H.K. Curtiz, George Eastman, Charles M. Schwab. There are plenty of names. There are more than 30 names, so I cannot read every name. So I am moving ahead. These names represent small fraction of well-known Americans whose achievements, financial and otherwise, proves that those who understand and apply the Carnegie secret reach high positions in life. I have never known anyone who was inspired to use the Carnegie secret who did not achieve noteworthy success. On the other hand, I have never known any person to distinguish themselves or to accumulate riches if any consequences without possession of the secret. On the other hand, I have never known any person to distinguish themselves or to accumulate riches of any consequence without possession of the secret. From these two facts, I draw the conclusion that the secret is more important for self-determination than anything you receive through what is popularly known as education. Somewhere as you read, the secret will jump from the page and stand boldly before you if you are ready for it. When it appears, you will recognize it. Whether you receive the sign in the first chapter or the last, stop for a moment when it presents itself and make a note of the time and place you will want to remember, because it will mark the most important turning point of your life. I will repeat once again. Whether you receive the sign in the first chapter or the last, stop for a moment when it presents itself and make a note of the time and place you will want to remember, because it will mark the most important turning point in your life. Remember, 2. As you go through the book, that it deals with facts and not with fiction. Its purpose is to convey a great universal truth through which you, if you are ready, may learn what to do and how to do it. You will also receive the needed stimulus to make a start. As a final word of preparation, may I offer one brief suggestion that could provide a clue how the Carnegie secret might be recognized. It is this: achievement and all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. If you are ready for the secret, you already possess one half of it. Therefore, you will recognize the other half the moment it reaches your mind. As a final word of preparation, may I offer one brief suggestion that could provide a clue how the Carnegie secret might be recognized. It is this: achievement and all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. If you are ready for the secret, you already possess one half of it. Therefore, you will recognize the another half the moment it reaches your mind.